We have actually 6 topics. We have the National IP Month celebration. We have the National Cooperative Month, and the SSS Calamity Loan for Quake Victims in Davao Oriental. Then we have the Circular Economy and the Sikad sa Kainayan launching. Then the next will be the UNCOP Global Walk 2025. But the first batch, we are joined by our guest from NCIP 11, represented by Ma'am Joanna Lynn de Monteverde, the Provincial Officer of Davao City of NCIP 11. Then from the cooperative, CDA 11, we have Ma'am Maria Teresa B. Dave, the Senior CDS Cooperative Research Information and Training Section. And from CDA 11, we have Ma'am Sylvesline Guillarte, the Senior CDS Credit Surety Fund. Then we have Ma'am Mona Lorraine Tombo, Regional Communications Officer of SSS Mindanao South 1 Division. And of course, kasama ko to siya sa WACMA sa airshed, no, na meeting si Lemuel Manalo, the EVS Program Coordinator. Then we have Engineer Errol John Denosta of Project Evaluation Officer 3, CPDO Davao. And he's joined by Adrian De La Cruz, EDIS Digital Campaign Officer, and all the way from the City of Tagum, Don Kyle C. Si Don C, Head CIO of City of Tagum. Magandang umaga. To start our Kapehan rolling, we'd like to get the opening statement. We'll start with Ma'am Joanna.
Mayong buntag sa tanan, on behalf of NCIP Region 11, headed by our Regional Director, Attorney Heroncio R. Agyo, we thank you for inviting us this morning sa Kapihan sa Davao. So, this is timely for us because we are currently celebrating our 28th IP month and IPRA commemoration. And this year's theme is Weaving Culture, Enriching Future, Empowering Indigenous Communities as Bedrock of Sustainable Development. So this year's theme is highlights or gives importance of the role of the indigenous people in building a sustainable and inclusive future. Our theme, Weaving Culture, symbolizes the preservation of the culture and the interconnectedness of the traditional knowledge systems and practices, the values of the indigenous peoples which continue to shape the nation's future. Enriching Future also highlights the importance of these treasures, especially in social harmony, environmental stewardship, and community resilience. By empowering our indigenous peoples, we acknowledge and recognize that they are not just mere beneficiaries, but also key partners and leaders in sustainable development. So, ang ilahang kaalam sa land care, environmental stewardship, biodiversity protection, and upholding collective well-being serves as the foundation in future that respects the rights of the people and our nature or environment. So thank you for inviting us today.
May buntag sa tanan, on behalf of the Cooperative Development Authority Region 11, and with the greetings also of our Regional Director, Glenn S. Garcia. Thank you very much for inviting us, especially sa PIA, for having us once again para dito sa ating kapihan sa PIA. So yeah, October month is a National Cooperative Month celebration. No? So for this year's theme, we have Cooperatives United in Purpose and Action, Sharing Prosperity to Build a Better World. So this is a call for a united collaboration of our cooperatives in coming up of our sinasabi natin social and economic transformation para sa mga kooperatiba. So we welcome you all, especially ang mga cooperative leaders and officers and members to join us because this is a month-long celebration. And nationwide and even dito sa Region 11, we will be having our celebration until end of October 2025. So we will see you around. Thank you.
In connection to the Cooperative Development Authority, we would like also to thank PIA for giving this opportunity for us to promote one of the project of Cooperative Development Authority, especially for the micro, small, and medium enterprises in terms of providing them access to finance without the traditional collateral. So later, we'll give you details of that.
Mabuting araw, I am Mona from Social Security System. Today, another program has been activated. This is the prompt response and assistance of SSS to our members who are affected by the calamity. So later on, we will discuss further about the details. Thank you.
Mabuhay ug madayaw, mayong buntag sa tanan. Ako si Doncy from the City Government of Tagum. Una sa tanan, mapasalamaton mi sa PIA for having us here. This is my first time and we would like to thank you guys for the opportunity, especially para amo ang ma-promote ang atong partnership with EDs ang SICAD sa Tagum 2025. But not only that, we would also like to take this opportunity, take kabalo man ta ba sa last quarter of each year, ginaatangan gyud ang lighting sa giant holiday tree sa Tagum City. So nagapanginaot ni nga atangan nato ang pag-anunsyo sa atong City Government of Tagum sa atong formal nga pagpasiga sa pinakahabog na holiday tree sa tibuok Pilipinas, and that will be on the 3rd week of November 2025. And of course, dili lang kana, because we would also like to grab this opportunity to also inform everyone that ang mga LGU sa nagkalain-laing lungsod o syudad o probinsya nganhi sa ato ang isla sa Mindanao magkatapok karong November 22 to 26, 2025 sa syudad sa Tagum alang sa Tindanao 2025. Kini siya pa nagtampok alang i-showcase ang mga nagkadaiyang local products sa ato ang isla sa Mindanao, and of course mahitabo na sa atong Rotary Park o naabot na paghitabo nga Tindanao Conference o November 24 sa ato ang atrium sa City Hall. Daghang salamat.
Will still be the tallest Christmas tree sa Philippines ba yun? Yung
We believe so, sir. Last year, it was 201 feet. O sama sa tradisyon na ginapahigayon sa Tagum, nagatubo siya matagtuig. So it will be much taller than 201 feet this year.
Good morning. I would like to thank first PIA for inviting us in connection to our promotion about the SICAD 2025 para sa kinaiyahan. This is in partnership with different city governments, of course, including Tagum City, Coronadal City, Mati City, and the city government of Davao. So later on, we will discuss more on some further details about the official registration of the SICAD para sa kinaiyahan. Thank you very much.
Ayun buntag, salamat sa pag-invite sa mga diri sa kapihan. So, ang among discutan karon is about circular economy. So, this is a project under the European Union in partnership with the LGDNR and implemented by UNDP. So, the circular economy is a new strategy for us in managing our solid waste, and also na appeal ta dito sa top first 10 LGUs na mag-implement ano. So, more on, and we will be discussing later on kung unsaon natin pagtatag sa plastic pollution, and also ang atong mga projects regarding circular agriculture and food systems. So kaakibat na po dito ang atong mga portfolio approach, no? So natin mga enabling policies, and also pagtuunan natin pansin na na-agency or gender equality, disability and social inclusion. And isa po ana ang atong social and behavioral change, which is ang partner nato si PD sa pag-implement. Daghang salamat.
Okay, Samuel.
Maayong buntag sa tanan. Maayong buntag sa atong media partners. Thank you very much, PIA, for this opportunity for us to launch the circular economy project here in this press con. So this circular economy project, in line dito sa i-introduce na ni Sir Errol about the European Union and Philippines na partnership, we are in task to implement this project for 1 year. So mag-end ni siya this, mag-start this month and then will end on August 2026. This is a campaign full of promoting the circular economy as apart from our current linear economy system. This will address our waste management and pollution here in our city. And dili lang ni sa Davao City, but this project is in collaboration also with the IGACOS, the Samal Island, LGU as well. So both Davao City and LG will have activities under the Circular Economy Project, and we will have exciting activities na under ani na project. We have research collaborations, we have research projects on targeting the behavioral change. Nganong dili man work ang circular economy. We will analyze the barriers and conflicts over how can we better attain our waste management, especially the implementation of the RA 9003, the ecological solid waste management, because we believe that it's not only waste management and environmental science that we are working on here, but rather this involves the economy. And this involves also the contribution of the MSMEs as well, because we believe that mga drivers nila sila padulong sa atong circular economy. So when we revolve our sustainable materials, when we use them properly, and then we can achieve circular economy. And in order to achieve this, kailangan din nato in-depth na behavioral change and transition towards this goal. So last month, September, we have already organized one event under this project, the Lunhao Awards, and we have recognized 3 practices under the circular economy. You have 3 awardees already here in Davao City, and one of it is a PWD advocate. So nindot kaayo, maayo kaayo kay na nakita nato sila through the Lunhao Awards kini na mga practices. Si Ma'am Marites Zalvidar Ronquillo is a PWD na person in wheelchair, but does the upcycling sa iyahang pangsarili lang na practices. She does upcycling through sustainable materials, and then makabuhat siya mga decorations, makabuhat siya mga products through this. This is one example of a circular economy practice. And the other 2 awardees under the circular economy is Mapua Malayan Colleges and MCM, because of their plastic furnitures na gikan sa recycled plastics, katong ilahang gipanggamit sa ilang gazebos. And another one is the Assumption College of Davao, because of their school policies and their circular economy practices within their campus. So more of those, we will be inviting other practices and establishments, institutions na mag-appeal po dire sa atong circular economy promotions under the Sustainable Business Network in order for us to map more of these practices. So we will discuss more of those activities later. Daghang salamat.
Okay, thank you. Then this is a very productive morning. So I would like to ask a first question to Ma'am, to CDA and also NCIP 11. With this, your coming, ano yung mga upcoming celebration na ma-highlight sa inyong celebration, which starts siguro si NCIP or CDA 11?
During the IP Month celebration, most of the activities are naagad sa community, because the IP community celebrates their IP Day, and mao na ang panahon nga nag-gather po sila, and to also kanang commemorate sa ato ang IPRA, the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act of 1997. So, NCIP participates in this IP celebration sa community nga sila yun mismo ang naningkamot, nag-initiate. And aside from that, this is all over the region. So, naana jud sila. In fact, there are ordinances passed by our IPMRs para aning IP Day celebrations na supported also by the local government units. And aside from this IP Day celebration, na ay mga nagkalain-lain pang mga activity in partnership with other government agencies in line with kanang mga groundbreaking ceremonies for programs and projects funded by our partners such as ang isa, recently we had a groundbreaking ceremony sa isa ka infrastructure project sa Davao Occidental, Manila Davao Occidental. And then we also participated in the IP leaders or the IP communities had a ritual ceremony for the groundbreaking of the Mindanao Public Transport Modernization Project at Marilog proper. And then we have for Davao City, there will be an IP Youth Artist Assembly. And at the national level, there will be Land and Resource Congress to be participated by our IPMRs. We have more than 5,000 IPMRs nationwide, and they will be participating in that activity end of October. And we continue with our advocacy sa opisina sa NCIP Region 11 in line with sa pag-empower sa ato ang IP communities in governing their governance within the ancestral domain. So NCIP's direction now is to assist the IP communities in their management of their wealth. No? So our IP communities are receiving royalties and benefit shares from the utilization of the natural resources within their ancestral domains, and this is part of the obligations of the partners, the investors, to provide the benefit shares and royalties to the community. So NCIP, we are ensuring that the IP communities will be able to manage their wealth in upholding the principles of transparency and accountability, and ensuring that the future generations will also benefit from these shares that they are receiving. And we also implement our regular programs and projects such as the IP education services program. Mao ni ang pinakadako nato nga pondo sa opisina sa NCIP. We have 21 million and benefiting 814 IP students. And we also continue with our in partnership with the local government unit, the national government agencies, other basic services we bring in the geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas. We have the medical and dental outreach, medical and dental missions, and then the legal consultations within the IP community. So mostly karon ngaman daghantag mga activities in relation to that. And NCIP is also preparing with one of our projects which was developed in partnership with the United Nations Development Program and supported by New Zealand, the ILEAD project, Indigenous Women's and Girls Leadership and Empowerment within the Ancestral Domain. So, isa na sa mga project na ato ang gina-prepare karon, continuous ang ato ang collaboration. And we also have our integrated ancestral domain development project na ato ang padayon og suporta sa nagkalain-lain nga mga ancestral domain to ensure that the IP communities will be able to benefit or improve sa ilahang economic nga mga activities para makakontribute po sa economic progress sa region o sa ato ang nasod. So those are some of the activities sa ato ang ginabuhat sa pagkakaroon.
Thank you, ma'am. And to our friends from the CDA, up to October, end of October, inyong so full pack ang inyong activities ngayon.
Yes, sir. So October month is a nationwide cooperative month celebration, no? So, as for the national event, we just had our National Cooperative Summit at Baguio City last October 9 to 10. And so with different cooperative clusters, no, may mga national activities then. And then this coming October 24, we will be having our Gawad Parangal for Outstanding Cooperative. So that will be in Manila, Quezon City. So our outstanding cooperatives nationwide will be given recognition. So hopefully, meron din tayo dito sa Region 11. So hindi pa lang talaga nag-announce for the national awardees. Okay, as for the region, we are collaborating with our different partners, no, like our cooperative development offices, citywide, municipality, and provincial-wide, wherein they are having their respective activities also. So, katatapos lang, dito sa Davao City, katatapos lang ng trade fair, no, nagipahigayon diha sa Victoria Plaza NCC Mall. And then, they will be having also this medical and dental mission, tree planting activities, and marami pang mga activities, no, na ginakandak ang atong mga partners dito sa Region 11. So, we are hoping and we are inviting everyone, ang atong mga partners and even mga leaders o mga members sa kooperatiba to take part in this undertaking, because this is where we show our strength, no? And indeed, binubuhay natin ang sixth principle of cooperativism, which is the our concern and ang ating pakikipag-collaborate, no, with other cooperatives, and even sa paggamit natin ng ating Community Development Fund, which is the seventh principle, concern for community. So we are really inviting everyone to join us in this celebration. Thank you very much.
Then we have Ma'am Sylvester Larte. Tanong ko din, ano tong CSF, Credit Surety Fund? Kasi sabi mo yung mag-utang na walang collateral.
Credit Surety Fund cooperative is a special type of co-op wherein the government or the local government unit, the government financial institutions, and the cooperative pool their funds, meaning they collect contribution para magamit ni sa ato ang mga micro, small, and medium enterprises sa pag-utang sa bangko. Meaning, dili na sila maghatag og katong traditional collateral, katong mga motor vehicle or land title when they apply for loan sa banks. Instead, ang ato ang Credit Surety Fund will issue a surety cover or a guarantee, gikan silang guarantee fund para mahimong collateral na ato, para guarantee sa bangko nga confident sila nga magpa-loan sa ato ang mga micro and small cooperatives. Dakong tabang ni siya para kay ang ato ang mga small business owners, usually kulang din sila collateral, kulang capital. So instead of submitting requirements or collateral to the banks, ang CSF co-op na ang maghatag ana. So dako ni siyang tabang when going their business and other undertakings para mas mapalambo pa ang ilahang negosyo.
So sa mga activities nyo this, kasabay rin kayo sa CDA 11?
Sir, we are actively promoting. We go to different provinces po to promote the Credit Surety Fund para ma-appreciate sa atong mga mga micro and small cooperatives. And the very good thing ani kay naatay program po nga ang ato ang mga large cooperatives, meaning mga 100 million ang ilahang assets, will provide or give donation para magamit sa atong micro and small cooperatives. Kaya ang pagpa-member mangud sa Credit Surety Fund will require a contribution of 100,000. So wala may kwarta ang kulang man, no, ang capital sa atong micro and small. So they will lend the money from the donation of the large cooperatives and medium cooperatives, and they will be this will be used as their capital contribution dito sa CSF cooperative. So if you are a member of a CSF cooperative, you can borrow up to 5 times of your capital contribution. So like if you have 200,000 capital contribution, you can borrow up to 1 million with without needing submission of the collateral, but only the surety cover lang po.
Okay, thank you. Then we go to SSS. Maraming programa tong SSS. Last time yung may SSS ay card. Then ngayon we have, can you tell us ano itong calamity loan program for earthquake victims? How can they avail and how much can they get?
Good morning. A calamity loan program is a financial assistance of social security system to members who are affected by natural disasters such as earthquakes, flood, typhoon, and others. And this is the aim of the SSS or social security system is to provide immediate funding to our members para po maka-recover, para po makabili ng mga essential needs, as well as to restart after a calamity. And this program is open to our members who are residing in affected areas that are declared by our National Disaster and Risk Management Council or Municipal Council or our Provincial Council. No? And based on the revised guidelines of our calamity loan program under Circular 2025-006, there are 3 significant changes that have been implemented. First, the reduce of interest rate. So from 10%, naging 7% na po ang ating interest rate per annum. This will be given to our members who have clean record. So when you say clean record, walang delinquency, walang past due, and hindi po naka-avail ng penalty condonation within 5 years. And second, pwede po ang renewal of calamity loan after 6 months, provided, again, the members have no delinquency or past due. And third, the activation of the calamity loan program is now faster. Kasi meron na lang po tayong 7 working days from the date of calamity para po ma-activate ang ating loan program. Unlike po dati, it would take a month or so para po ma-activate or maka-avail po ang ating members ng calamity loan program na ito. But now, nagiging 7 working days para ma-activate. To avail or to apply for this program, this can be applied through online. So yung My SSS portal, this has been balik-balik na reminders sa ating mga members to first update our information and details. That includes our contact information, contact number, email address, and as well as our home address. Why is it important? Kasi ito din po ang basehan kung tayo ay qualified for the calamity loan program. Kasi dito malalaman kung itong area na ba ito ay considered or under the declared areas that are affected. And second, we have to enroll our preferred na bank account or our disbursement account para saan po ihulog or i-credit ang ating loan proceeds. Kasi lahat ito online na and no need to go to any SSS branch kasi we are giving convenience to our members. So make sure that ang ating i-enroll na bank account is active and approved na by the system. And make sure that we are residing sa affected areas. And if you're asking kung what if po ma'am, hindi po ako naka-reside dito sa affected area, but dito po ako inassign ng trabaho ko, you are qualified to avail this calamity loan program. You just have to submit through online a certificate from your employer na kayo ay inassign sa area na affected by the affected na na-declare ng NDRMC. So you're still qualified to avail this loan program. And what else? Make sure na wala tayong past due, wala tayong na-avail na condonation. And that's it. Yan po. If you have any questions.
Paano yung, kasi maraming hindi pa nakakuha sa online, do you have offices ba sa, doon sa mga affected areas?
By the way, as you mentioned, sir, no, yung affected area. So, areas declared under a state of calamity and affected. One is all cities and municipalities in Cebu province. Second, 107 municipalities and cities in Ilocos Norte, Cagayan, Oriental Mindoro, Romblon, Masbate, Aklan, and Maguindanao del Sur. And third, all cities and municipalities in Davao Oriental. And most probably, baka madadagdagan pa ito, depende po sa declaration ng NDRMC po.
Okay, thank you. Then we go to Don C and Adrian. Don, maraming activities, di ba, maraming festivals, the City of Festivals sa Tagum. So tell us more about itong SICAD sa itong event, upcoming event ninyo. How can one register? Ano yung, paano sila magsali?
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. Once again, hi, everyone. Actually, SICAD is an event in partnership with EDs. That's why we are very happy. This is just one of the many programs na partner namin ng EDs. And looking forward for more, of course. To register, we have posted a link online. So we have a Facebook page under EDs, also at the City Government of Tagum. All you just need to do is to click the link and fill out the form, submit it, and you will receive a response coming from the organizing team.
Rota nito, is a cycling bicycle?
Yes, sir. You will actually have a tour around the city, and you will also experience the Nabintad River, the one that kumbaga that's one gina-promote kinamo karon, sir, ang pagbisita sa Nabintad River. From City Hall, we will go to the historical or the cultural center, then to the Maharlika Highway, then to Madaum, where the Nabintad River is located, no? And we will also have a coastal cleanup there.
Yun ba yung may TCC, yung Tourism Champions Challenge na inaugurate? Iba din yun.
That's, hindi, sir, sa Libuganon to siya, sir. Sa Libuganon to siya na-locate. But of course, yung stretch niya is still part of it.
So how many cyclists are we expecting to attend? Hindi, lahat to all over, di ba? Parang all over Davao or Mindanao?
Okay, to add to Sir Don's details about the SICAD. So as we have said earlier, it is a partnership with 4 different city governments: City Government of Davao, Tagum, Mati, and Coronadal. When it comes to starting venue in Davao, we'll start in Freedom Park and will end at Coastal Road. In Coronadal City, we'll start in Coronadal City Hall grounds and will end also in the City Hall. And Tagum, we'll start at the Tagum City Hall grounds and will end, we will visit the Nabintad River. And in Mati, we will start at Amihan sa Dahican Balud sa Paglaom area. So, as Sir Don said, the registration forms is now available through ED's official Facebook page and of course, through the official Facebook pages of these 4 city governments. And also, this will be 2 different dates for our SICAD. First, on November 16, 2025, Tagum City and Mati City will start by 5 a.m. and will end by 9 a.m. And on November 23, Davao City and Coronadal City will have their simultaneous advocacy ride. So this will be 2 different dates, and this will be a 20-kilometer ride. And also, there will be a registration fee, 300 pesos, where our cyclists will receive a ride shirt, stickers, snacks, and of course, an opportunity to support the city's chosen beneficiaries. So the city's chosen beneficiaries for Davao is Pantay Dagat, for Mati is the Nabintad Mangrove Community, for Coronadal City is the Castabeng Life Association of Barangay Saravia, and in Mati City is the Amihan sa Dahican Palod sa Paglaom. So this will be the 4 partner beneficiaries that will mabibigyan po nung mga in-kind donations. And of course, we are expecting 80 cyclists per city. So 80 lang po. So ang registration po is first come, first serve po, sir.
Paano kung gustong magsali na marami na sobrang 80? Pwede pa rin.
As much as we want to cater everyone, sir, yun nga lang po, crowd control naman po talaga ang aming kalaban dito. So, ang aming basis po talaga is first come, first serve po.
Okay, then we go to yung circular economy, Engineer Errol and Lemuel, kasi puno na yung ating landfill, no? Tagal ng kwan, and we are every day 700 tons ba yun ang trash. Will this parang immediate impact with the implementation of circular economy? How much will mababawas sa daily waste ng Davao?
So, siguro I would agree kung unsang scenario nato karon sa atong sanitary landfill because we are now at the linear economy. So, pag produce, tapos diretso na siya sa sanitary landfill without anything na ginabuhat nato in the middle. So, with circular economy, mo siya ang atong bagong strategy karon na unsaon nato pag papunhod sa ato ang paggawas na basura, no, na dili siya mo diretso og adto sa ato ang sanitary landfill. Una, pwede ta sa ato ang pag-recycle, pag-reuse. Second, kaning mga pag-isip nato kung unsaon nato pag-extend pa sa lifespan sa ato ang mga gamit. And lastly, sa upstream activities nato, no, kung unsaon nato pag-refuse, no, sa paggamit sa mga like mga plastics, ana. So eventually with the circular economy nato na strategy po, we are expecting na magbaba ang ato ang waste generation na mag-adto dito sa ato ang landfill. Also, mag-promote po og green jobs. And lastly, mapa-ubsan nato ang ato ang greenhouse gas emissions diri sa city.
Very important dito, role ng barangay, diba? Doon ang waste as source ang pag-discipline.
Yes, sir. According to the RA na sa Solid Waste Management Act, dako ang role sa barangays nato sa pag-implement sa atong solid waste management. And for this project po natin, ang ating pilot, we have identified 3 barangays. So, siguro by January, we can invite them, no, and we can promote kung unsa ang mga best practices na gibuhat-an ng mga barangays para ma-replicate po ni sa other 180 to 179 barangays dito sa city.
Alam mo anong role ng EDs again, project?
So we are currently implementing the behavioral change project under the EU UNDP project with the LGUs. So klase-klase mo din ng mga projects, and one of it is the special grant called the behavioral change. Ito nagatrabaho ang EDs. And other forms of projects as well is implemented by UNDP together with the different communities. Dapat yung consortium of mga communities that will be given grants and funds para sa ilang tangible projects. So kami mas focus lang sa behavioral change, which consists the ethnographic research sa mga communities. We have also the promotion of the Lunhaw Awards under this project. And we have also the Sustainable Business Network, as well as katong mga i-integrate nato sa ato ang academic institutions, which is the mga curriculums, no? So this is new for us, especially in this project, because we will be promoting a certain curriculum that will be adopted by the academic institutions, no? So ang first na mo nabuhaton is ang isa ka curriculum on sustainable business that will integrate with the business schools, no? Sa mga business management, entrepreneurship. So we'll be calling those different na mga stakeholders and co-design with them in order for us to have an efficient curriculum for the college students, no? In line po ni sa counterpart ani sa SAMAL is the sustainable tourism, because that is one of their challenges, no, as a city, ang pollution sa tourism. So that's why we need to have this approach, no, ecological tourism sa mga different businesses, resorts, restaurants, influx there is sa SAMAL because the demand is very high, no? So isa po ni na ipa-adapt nato sa mga colleges nila, particularly the SICC and the UM, no, mga existing colleges there is sa SAMAL, ma-integrate ang ginatawag natin na sustainable tourism under their hospitality na mga programs. So those are some of the features of our behavioral change activities, and as well the Banwa Awards will still be continued, part of this as part of this project, no, especially next year na nakatarget nato siya, this upcoming March 2026, we will again host the Samal Banwa Awards, no, para maka-recognize sa mga bago na mga environmental practitioners in the island. No?
Okay, questions from our friends on the media? Si Arman? Si Mangutana? Si Jai?
Good morning to SSS. Ma'am Mona, good morning. Do we have data na po ba sa nag-avail sa calamity loan?
As of the moment po, wala pa po ma'am because it was activated this month. But to give you an idea po, last year, 2024, SSS had released a total of 10 billion for 560,000 members who availed the calamity loan program. But as of the moment, wala pa po tayong update or data about it.
But pila ba ang pwede nila na ma-loan, ma'am, with regards sa?
Okay. This will be based sa ilahang monthly salary credit, sa ilang contribution, no? But the maximum loanable amount is at 20,000 po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
To Sir Don. Sir Don, good morning. Since you're also the head of the City Information Office, sir, kumusta ba ang Tagum City kay nagsubunso ng mga earthquake? So, kumusta ang Tagum City na ba mga parang ba suspension sa classes or nag-resume na ba?
Daghang salamat sa pagpangumusta, ma'am, no. Karon, ang syudad sa Tagum, particularly the city government, we are still padayon lang gihapon ang ato ang assessment o verification sa mga nang-assess ng mga building. In terms sa pag-eskwela, ang Department of Education, Tagum City Division, nagpagawas gihapon sila memorandum, even up to now, asynchronous ng gihapon ang mga klase sa mga estudyante tungod sa napay mga aftershocks na sunod-sunod. But of course, ang lokal na panggamanan sa Tagum, bisan pa man apil ta sa natayugan, nagapaningkamot gihapon nga mag-reach out nato tong pinaka naapektuhan yun. So sa kasamtangan, nagapangandam karon ang City Government of Tagum through the leadership of Mayor Lady Uy sa ato ang donation drive padulong sa mga katawhan nga nalinugan sa Manay, Davao Oriental.
Kumusta itong infrastructure, sir, mga buildings nato sa Tagum City?
Sa government offices and buildings, ma'am, so far, okay ra, based on assessment, no? Sa ato ang mga engineer, particularly sa City Hall, for example, balik opisina na ang ato mga katawhan, naling mga architectural na mga damages, ang mga walls or ang glass, ningan ana. But in terms of structure, based sa assessment sa ato mga engineer so far, wala tayo program.
Thank you, Sir Don.
Good morning po kay Sir Adrian. Sir, pila expected nato na mo-appeal aning SICAD and specifically for Davao, siguro si engineer then also can help. Unsa nga atong gusto maabot na awareness level ng mga Davaoenos when it comes to, of course, protecting the environment in various forms, pinaagi aning inyong activity karon?
Thank you, Ms. Kat. We are expecting for Davao 80 cyclists, and the same goes with other cities. 80 lang po. So total of almost 300 cyclists, no, na cities po. So
one of the reasons of this limitation, no, because we will do risk assessments in every move, no. So kung tanawan nato kung puno na ang 80, then we'll do a checklist, no, na tanawan nato if pwede pa ba mag-exceed, no. So siguro may allowance for 100 perhaps, no. Kada lang noon diha na photo because of our crowd control, at the same time para po for the safety of our cyclists, our participants, and as well with the katong road capacity pod nato, no, because they will be also sharing observations and doing evaluation with the current bicycle lanes of their respective cities.
siya like first come, first serve basis? Or,
It's a first come, first serve basis.
and also, sir, also priority nato na mga mo appeal. Is it by organization or by individuals? Walk-ins?
Following the registration, it is done by individual. Siyempre, they can join as groups. Pero by registration, every form is individually filled. No? So, isa-isa yun to. And then, we'll also check their if na yung mga minors, no? So very important because we will also require parents. We are advocating for a family-friendly bicycle event. Dili siya race, no? We'll clarify that it's not a race and it's not only for the professional cyclists or katong mga eksperyensado na kayo ng mga siklista. Even the rookies, even mga baguhan pa na mga bicycle commuters can really join. Because the point here is to promote bicycle as a transportation, as a mode of transportation for the cities. So we'll make it family friendly and we will ensure sa ato mga registration na we will check those mga minors na mag-appel and checking also their parents that will be guarding them.
Sa ano, sir, especially for Davao, sir, anong gusto nato gid na maabot na awareness ng mga Davaoenos? Kasi of course, when it comes to environment, hindi masyado parang getting involved ng mga Davaoenos on that topic.
So, together with EDs, so we are supporting their activities and also katong sa project nila for social and behavioral change. So, Davao City is very big, so nag-cater ta og ato ang economic side sa ato ang city. Also, dako po ang ato ang protected na po din mga forest, biodiversity nato dako. So, it is always a reach-to-reach approach without undermining natay gusto nato maging progresibo, and also we do not want to undermine the importance of our environment. So, with circular economy, so ang ato ang mga main projects diri is duha. Number 1 is to tackle plastic pollution. Unsaon nato pag-iwas sa paggamit sa plastics. And number 2 is our agri-circular system. So, inatanaw nato unsaon nato pag to have a more robust na agri-system, and also tanawon po nato ang sa mga food waste. Unsaon ni nato pagiging circular para ma-empower nato ang mga barangays sa ilang mga gulayan sa barangay. So, para ma-ensure po nato ang food security sa ato ang city.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, curious lang po ako. Kasi we are celebrating IP month, no? But of course, daghan mga IPs na to probably affected also with the earthquake in Davao Oriental. Yung office po ba ng NCIP may specific program or may plans po ba how to also reach out to them and incorporate the situation right now into the celebration of IP month?
Yes po, thank you ma'am. In relation to that, ma'am, we are assessing the affected IP communities or IP families currently, and we asked for data from our provincial office so that the regional and the national office could also take the necessary actions in partnership with the local government unit, the national government agencies, para ang mga panginahanglan sa mga affected IP families will be mahatag po nato, no? Of course, kana ang priority instead of the IP Day celebration, labi na sa katong mga affected yun kaayo nga mga pamilya. So, kana siguro ang pinakapuan nato sa labi na sa Balay Davao Oriental nga mao isa sa mga naigo og daghan kaayo taog mga IP families dito.
Okay, Sir Adrian. Sir, just wanted to clarify if ang 300 cyclists, is this for LGUs nasa 4 LGUs or kada LGU po ba 300 na cyclists di siya?
In total 300, but each city po is 80 only. Apa.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Mr. Arch.
Kay ano po, Joanna, ma'am, especially with the holiday season, daghan na tag makita ng mga higsuuna nato nga nagababa, nga nagapamasko po.
unsa tong move ani ma'am, considering na nag-stay sila sometimes sa streets and this is dangerous para sa ilaha. Unsa ang current action po sa tong office regarding this one po?
So kala nga concern atuan na gi-try og address no for several years kaya nag-partner po ta with the city government nga ang mga IP nato nga labi na tong mga naganaog dili lang po na sila from Davao City but also from Davao del Norte and some maybe from gikan sa Bukidnon at tuwa silang matabangan o we coordinate with the IP leaders kay sila gyud ang mas direct nga naa diha makatanaw sa ato ang mga IP community members nga mapasapot sila o dito sila o madalhan po nato sila og kanang mga benepisyo, mga serbisyo no during holiday season para ma-feel po nila nga wala sila na left out kay syempre murag pipila na but this mga pila ka tuig dili na sila ingon ana kadaghan pila na lang gyud na nga makita nato na adiha unlike before nga daghan gyud kaayo sila magbaba diri sa Davao City. So kana ang ato ang ginapadayon nga ma-address and hopefully sa umaabot nga mga panahon, mga tuig, wala na gyud makita no kay tungod dito sa ilahang komunidad, ma-feel na gyud nila ang ilahang economic progress, ang kanang abunda ang ilahang komunidad o kanang dito ang selebrasyon no sa ilahang community sa ato ang Christmas or holiday season dili kay magnaog diri nga diin daghan pod og epekto sa ilahang kinabuhi o kanang sa ilahang security.
Ma'am, so far po siguro as of September na nabatay mga kaigsuunan nato from the IP community nga nahatagan nato help or na-rescue nato nga nag-stay sa mga streets naga-mendicate po.
Sa karon wala pa tay data nga nakita na kuan with regards to that kay makita nato tag-isa, nagbaba, o usay makita nato na no kanang magsakay tao, mag-commute nga naa sila diha na isa nga naglingkod. So wala pa gyud tay data with regards sa katugyong nagdugay nga naa diri sa city nga kinahanglan i-rescue kay murag muuli ra man po sila ini ka human sa semana, human sa adlaw. Dili na gyud katong puyo gyud sila diri the whole from November to December nga naa sila diri gapuyo. Munaog lang niya, makita na itong mubalik na po sila sa ilahang community.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, Mona, ma'am, just wanted to clarify, kaning data na to on last year sa mga nag-avail of SSS, is this for the entire country na po? Do we have data po on like pila ang nag-avail sa Davao region po, ma'am?
Wala po ako ang data for Davao region, but the number of members who availed the Calamity Loan Program last year, nationwide po yan.
Ma'am, with this po ba, naman ko tayo mga, let's just say, what if natay mga cases wherein ang ato ang beneficiary is na-stop ang ilahang SSS and then mag-renew sila to get the, the calamity fund. Would it still be possible po sila?
To avail the Calamity Loan Program, isa pong kailangan is the member should at least have 36 months of contribution, of which 6 months within 12 months prior the month of loan application. So, yan po ang basihan if the member is qualified to avail the said Calamity Loan Program.
Good morning po. To Sir Lem. Sir Lem, you mentioned na kaning circular economy makareduce siya ng waste generation po ng city. We already have an ordinance katong single-use plastics ordinance. So how are we able to jive it with the project as well?
Yes, very good question because that is one of the actions of when we talk about circular economy. Nakugmove dito ang the full implementation. Sorry for that. The full implementation of the ban single-use plastics. No? In fact, isa po na another policy that the circular economy is pushing is the green procurement code or green procurement ordinance of the LGUs, no, especially for Davao City and Samal, because kani man gutong internal na sistema sa mga LGUs when it comes to procurement of sustainable materials para sa ilahang tanan ng mga activities and projects. So daghan og mga policies na naga-support sa circular economy. This is in one of the main objective of these policies is really to preserve, no, ang ato mga sanitary landfill facilities. And we know that we have already an expansion sites of our sanitary landfill facility. Kailangan na to siya ma-preserve, no, because mga learning points na nakuha nato sa una, one of the reasons nga na napuno na karon ang sanitary landfill is because of the lack of segregation, no? Isa gid na siya because pag abot sa sanitary landfill, mixed waste na ang madawat nila dito. Supposedly, it should only cater the residuals. Kung purely residuals lang yun, kung strict lang yun tata sa residuals, dili na mag-exit ang sanitary landfill karon. In fact, dako pa na siya unta og space in 2025. And dili unta ta problema na mangita pa og waste to energy facility or dili unta ta mangita og another sites for a sanitary landfill because ako kini sila mga environmental impacts. In fact, ang buhaton unta ani because nanay circular economy is to align this together with the new sanitary landfill expansion na nanatay concern, no, na dili na ta magpataka og labay padulong sa atong sanitary landfill because we have already know that mo ni ang mga consequences sa sanitary landfill if mapuno siya. It will lead into leachate. It will lead into the pollution of the Matina River, which is perti nakagamay sa iyahang water quality, no, in terms of its taas kayong dissolved oxygen and taas kayong pollutants because of the sanitary landfill. So, in order for it to preserve our sanitary landfill or existing facilities, kailangan na magbuhat ta og mga practices sa balay pa lang, which is the circular economy is one of the strongest advocacy para makabalo ang mga households na unsaon paggamit sa uban ng mga materials para dili maabot sa sanitary landfill. Supposedly dapat na maadto lang sa sanitary landfill itong mga dili na gid mapuslan na mga resources or materials, no? And the other material shall go to the barangay facilities such as a materials recovery facility, the MRF. Side by side, nando dapat na sila. In order para ma-preserve ang sanitary landfill, kailangan functional ang mga MRF sa mga barangays. Isa po to sa mga learning factors na to na nag-fail, no? Ato ang sanitary landfills because of the absence of the MRFs of many barangays, no? Kaya if naalang kompleto ato ang mga MRF, dili gihapon na siya mapuno dayon-dayon ato ang sanitary landfill. So, towards the action of this, let's learn to preserve, no, the duration and capacity of the new sanitary landfills and dili na ta mobalik sa katong dati natong practice, which is the linear economy. Thank you.
Okay, we're binding a few questions kay we have a second part. I would like to ask Ma'am Sylveslyn and Ma'am from CDA, yung sa how supportive yung ating mga LGU sa CSF, no? And to Ma'am Maria, sa kamusta niyo ating situation sa co-ops? Ilan po ang co-ops and active dito sa Davao Region or Davao City?
First, for the Davao Region, we have 5 operating CSF cooperatives. We have from Davao City, kasi ang per province, isa lang kasi ang pwedeng ma-establish or ma-organize. So for Davao City, we have 1. And Digo City, Davao del Norte, Davao del de Oro, and Davao Oriental. So we have 5 operating CSF cooperatives. And we are still organizing CSF for Davao Occidental, Davao del Sur, Tagum City, Mate City. Sila na lang ang wala na ano. So, ang counterpart po ng LGU for this program is they will provide the equal or minimum, halimbawa po ang ating cooperatives will contribute a total of 1 million pesos. So dapat po ang government or the local government unit will also contribute a minimum of 1 million. Ganyan po dapat ang i-provide na support ng LGU under this program. So for our existing 5 operating cooperatives, they have contributed, or the LGU have already contributed more than the contribution of the total capital or contributions of the cooperative members. So the CSF cooperative will not be organized or cannot be registered without the contribution. So hindi siya ma-perform without the contribution first from the LGU. So we are very grateful to our LGU, especially the 5 mentioned CSF cooperatives, because very supportive, especially for you mentioned the Davao del Norte, yun nga, yung 5. Very supportive ang LGU, and that's why the program is very successful. And we are looking forward po na pa-follow or susunod na po yung other cities and provinces na wala pang na-establish. They are already na-present na po ito sa kanilang LGU, and hopefully by next year, they will be registered na with CTA.
Good morning sa atong mga bisita. Isa lang akong pangutana kang Sir Don as the head of the City Information Office of Tagum. Abot lang kung gi-raise ba ni nga pangutana, and I know murag sa City Tourism unta ani nga pangutana, pero is there na murag GI na murag naay mga pipila ka public tourist spots sa Tagum nga mag-renovate or i-rehabilitate sa karon?
Gwapo na siya ng pangutana, sir, no? Actually, sa City of Tagum, we are nagapadayon ni o panindot sa ato ang mga tourist spots na naana sa Tagum, both existing o katong baguhay lang. Let's start with sa mga bago nga ginasuruyan sa Tagum. Ang Tagum karon mura siya nahulog og City of Parks, no? Nagapaningkamot ang lokal na panggamahanan sa Tagum na makaprovide of enough space na conducive, bugnaw, haruray, para tapukanan sa mga tao, no, nga libre, walay bayad. Particular, sagda nato sa ato ang City Hall. Ang ato ang City Hall complex karon sa likod natay Kenny sa Ayala Seniors Park. Diin natay around 200 na nga mga outdoor exercise equipment nga naadara karon ginadayo sa mga Tagumeños o mga gikan pa sa nagkalain-lain na mga lungsod diri sa rehiyon. Not only that, sa atong energy park, kung nakasuroy mo dati sa atong energy park sa more than 20 hectare na atong energy park, nag-alokar ta dira og bali 1.5 hectare na children's park. No, libre nga playground alang sa mga bata. And right now ongoing ang ato ang pagpangandam alang sa water park, no, nga sumpay lang po sa ato ang children's park. So naadira ang libre na mga gulaanan alang sa ato ang mga bata. O karon sama sa amo ang kinaingon, we also want you to experience kung unsa man kanindot ang syudad sa Tagum. Siguro sa compared sa ubang syudad, makaingon ko nga ang Tagum, baby pa siya na city, no? We are still on our way para mahimog yun o ma-reach yun namong optimum na progress. Since napamitira, ginapaningkamutan po nato sa ato ang pag-uswag, ang ato ang pag-amping o pag-amuma sa ato ang kinaiyahan. That's why, for example, ato ang kinapasigarbo atong Nabintad River na ma-experience ninyo dito ang kanindot o kalimpyo na sa atong sapa. Hinaagi sa ato ang programa nga River Alive. Diin, ato ang hinlo dito ang sapa. Pwede na mga water activities dito na ma-experience po ng mga tao such as kayaking, pwede po mo masakay o kanang bangka, no? And of course, kauban po nato dira ang komunidad mismo, ato ang Muslim community nga nasa Barangay Madaog. And of course, katong dimension ni Sir kaganiha, ang ato ang puhon-puhon, ang ato ang river cruise kinaagi sa katong ato ang nadawat na grant gikan sa Department of Tourism tungod sa Tourism Challenge, Champions Challenge.
Okay. Kay Ma'am, kay Ma'am Joanna sa NCIP. Ma'am, you've mentioned about 814 IP students katong sa IP education nato. is it po all over the region? Tapos, can we have the breakdown po kung ilan na po yung mga scholars? Ito ma'am, no? All over the region, yung sa Davao City and all other provinces sa region po. And second po is, na ba mga initiatives or programs to support the IP students who are affected by the calamities po? And third po, if ever na gusto mag-apply, yung mga IP students natin, sa aming scholarship, unsay steps po, and what are the requirements?
So with regards sa katong data, 814, it's all over the region. So 21 million ang ato ang allocation for this year. And katong assistance to IT students affected by the calamities. Wala tayo specific for the IT students na affected na assistance for this year. But except katong ato ang educational assistance program lang yun. Maurag yun ang ato ang mahatag. And then, we are checking, no, kay, by family ba katong karon recent na nahitabo dito sa Davao Oriental, kung unsa gyud ang ilahang priority nga panginahanglan per family, not as isa IT student or katong mga head of the family. So, katong as family, yun nga panginahanglan nun ang atong ginalataw. With regards sa mga requirements, pwede man mag-ato sa ato ang opisina. For basic sa requirement is kanang IP yun siya, no? Triple yun siya. And we have forms, application form para ma-certify yun or ma-confirm na ito nga IP ang applicant kay for the IP students man nga benefit ka ng ato ang IP education program. So, one of the requirements is the certificate of confirmation, and then ang ilahang grades, ang ilahang mga assessment sa ilahang school, sa ilahang requirements. Unfortunately, sa amuang program, dili kay siya ingon ana pa-open, no? Kay kung maghulat mi kung kanus ana ay mo graduate, kay wala man naga-increase ang amuang budget every year. So, kinahanglan mapatapos na mo tong mga nasugdan nga mga students nga nag-eskwela, hantod mo graduate sila, and then pag ma-graduate sila, na anay available slot for new applicants. So, ingon ana kami, kagamay ang ato ang resources sa office. And kung mag-apply, pwede mag-adto sa opisina, but dili mi kahatag og assurance nga ma-accommodate jud namo dayon tanan na mag-apply, no? Para ma-explainan lang pud kung unsa ang panginahanglan, unsa ang mga requirements, ang detalye sa requirements, labi na katong certificate of confirmation, and katong kay usahay manggod mag-expect ang mga students na once na comply sila sa requirements, murag kuan na sila, na-accept na sila. So, kinahanglan yun mapasabot sad sila og maayo og unsa gyud tong mga requirements og kanus pwede na may makapasulod og mga new grantees sa amo ang program.
Ma'am, sa Davao City, pila nakabuka tong scholars po?
Sa Davao City karon, wala ko exact data kay naami nag one time naami aside sa katong regular na mo every year, nag one time release mi karon na ami murag i-accommodate na students na ma-releasean sila og one time lang, no, nga assistance for this year, and then next year depende na kung na mo graduate. So we have new count para sa mo ang IP beneficiaries sa educational assistance program. So, sa pagkakaroon, nag-accommodate pa mi nga ma-fill in gyud tong total nga beneficiaries for Davao City kay nagnisod pud mi sa kanang one-time release sa pagkakaroon. We are coordinating with schools kay para dili ma-revert ang fund para ana.
Last na naman, pila gani ang madawat per scholar po, per beneficiary?
Depende sa program po, na ay 20 from the iya pamana, and then na ay 12,500, and then 10,000 per semester.
Okay, then this ends our first part because the second part will be from CFC ANCOP. We'd like to thank our guests, from NCIP, from CDA, City of Tagum, SSS, and EDs and City Government. Parting statement, we'll start with Lemuel. Again, promote natin ating circular economy.
Okay, daghang kayong salamat, no? Thank you for all the questions, and we hope that you can join us all throughout the activities of the circular economy project. We will be starting this month, and then we'll end on August 2026. All of these activities can be joined, no, by anyone, especially katong mga establishments and mga companies and mga MSMEs who wants to be part of the Sustainable Business Network, who also supports the JETC, mga PWDs in their working systems, in their labor. Pwede gid kayo maging part ni sila sa Sustainable Business Network. And also, we will also promote the Suroy Samal. Maghatag na lang may another details na para ato, because this is inviting the vloggers, media persons, no, para mag-appeal sa Suroy Samal. This will be happening within this project also. So another na po niya na promotion, no? We will promise that. So kato lang for now, no, for the Circular Economy Project. Daghang salamat, and kita-kita ta sa mga activities.
Engineer Ero, sabi mo launching sa January, ilang barangays tong pilot? What are the street pilot barangays yan?
Identify pa lang na mo. Sa akong mahinigban, duha lang sa ang Barangay Mintalan, Barangay Oshiro. So these two barangays muna ang atong i-launch. And then napod tayo mga advocacy campaigns, natay advocacy vans na muuban sa atong barangay caravans para mag-engganyo, magtudlo kung unsa ang circular economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We would like to encourage people of Tagum, Mati, Coronadal, and Davao to register and join the SICAD 2025 para sa kinaiyahan. So this will be on November 16 to 23, and the official registration will end on November 9, 2025. So see you there, everyone. Thank you.
And Sir Donsi?
Yes, once again, alang sa mga Tagumenyos, labaw na itong hilig mo SICAD, sabay na ta sa SICAD sa Kinayahan 2025. Of course, magpasalamatan ni sa EDs at sa itong mga partners, alang ni Ana. But not only that, we'd also like to take this opportunity na imbitahan mo karong November 4 to 8, 2025, alang sa Indayog Festival sa Tagum City, sa mga mahiligon mo sayaw. Naapod nga na nasulod sa atong festival, ang Koryo Mindanao Summit 2025. And on the second week of November, that will be our Humba Festival. So sabay-sabay tang magbusog sa lamiang, kasi klaseng pagluto sa Humba, no? Sa ilay style food sa Humba sa atong mga lokal nga nagaluto sa Tagum City. And of course, atangan nato ang pagpasiga sa atong pinakataas na giant holiday tree sa tibuok nasod sa Pilipinas. That will be on the third week of November. And our Tindanao 2025 on November 22 to 26, 2025. All that and more, makita nato atong update sa City Government of Tagum Facebook page. Daghang salamat.
Mona?
Okay, thank you po. For our members, a gentle reminder to enroll your SSS to our online portal. It would be a lot easier for you to apply for your claims and benefits once you have enrolled our SSS online, as well as our bank accounts or disbursement account. And second, this is also a reminder to all our members and non-members that SS has no procedure that provides unsolicited calls and messages discussing about your information about SSS. Kindly disregard or delete it kung makareceive po tayo ng tawag or messages from SSS, kasi hindi po kami tumatawag o nagme-message. Or any messages that has link in it, please disregard. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to PIA for giving this opportunity for us to promote our program. No? Let's continue to work together to empower our micro, small, and medium enterprises, and through the CSF program or through the CSF cooperatives, we can make financing more inclusive and sustainable. So if you have more questions, and for our small business owners, mga micro and small cooperatives and entrepreneurs, you may inquire through our email address r11@cda.gov.ph, and you may also visit our Facebook page, CDA Official, CDA Region 11 Extension Office, for if you want to contact us and inquire about the available CSF cooperatives in your cities or provinces.
Ma'am?
Okay, so once again, daghang salamat sa PIA for inviting CDA to promote our programs and activities. So, if you have any queries, you just send us any communication, even through email, and that is r11@cda.gov.ph, and even please like and follow our Facebook page so that you will be updated sa aming mga activities sa CDA. And also, again, ako ang ginaawhag ang tanang members sa kooperatiba to join the celebration of the Cooperative Month. And also, we would like to invite you because sa second week ng November, we will be having our regional Coconut Cooperative Summit. So, para yan sa ating mga beneficiaries also of CFIDP and with other partner agencies assisting our coconut farmers. So again, thank you very much and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Ma'am John.
Yes, again, thank you to PIA for inviting us today. And then we also would like to take this opportunity na magpasalamat sa tanan namong partners because all of our programs and projects dili siya mahimong successful without the support of our partners from the national government agencies, the local government units, development partners, the academe, the private sector, the civil society organizations, and of course our IP communities, our IP leaders nga partner po nato sa tuang mga programa o proyekto. And we invite you to support ang ato ang mga nagkadaiyang activities sa ato ang mga IP communities sa kalain-laing na mga probinsya, lain-laing na mga ancestral domain areas. And we would like to inform you that on October 24, there will be an IP Youth Artist Assembly for Davao City na mga IP Youth Artists nato sa Almacen, sa Mintal, dito sa Davao City. And then on October 29, we will be turning over sa materials para sa IP Teen Center sa IP Youth nato dito sa Malabog, Taquibato District. So once again, thank you and happy IP Month celebration.
Okay, thank you so much to our guests. And the second batch, actually, announcement lang to ng kanilang CFC UNCOP Global Walk, no?
We're now at the second port of our Kapan sa Davao Weekly Media Forum. So, for second part, we have here Sir JP Satokia, the head of CFC UNCOP Davao City. And we also have another guest, Ma'am Carmel Joan Carpio of the UNCOP CFC UNCOP. Ayan. So to formally start, they will be promoting the UNCOP Global Walk for this will be this month, bayon ma'am. So to formally start, sir, can you make the announcement na lang po? Ano po itong UNCOP and kailan po ito mangyayari po?
Hello, okay. Maayong utos sa tanan, no? So, salamat for invitation, no? So, we would like to promote what is UNCOP. UNCOP is an acronym of Answering the Cry of the Poor. This is the program naghihimo sa cooperative prize for us to help the less fortunate brothers and sisters. So, ibig sabihin, the community, aduna kami mga scholars na ginapa-eskwelahi in Davao City. And these scholars are kanisala ng mga bata nga ito ginapa-eskwela, naglisod silang kinabuhi. No? So, the UNCOP was here to help them na despite sa ilahang kalisod silang kinabuhi, adunay usa ka community na magtabang sa ilaha to achieve their dreams na makapag-eskwela. No? So, this is the the mandate of the ANCOP that we believe because ang education maoy gabay, no, nga makapatabang dili lang sa bata kundi sa ilahang family and to the whole society, no. So this is the reason why we have ANCOP Global Walk. This is a global event wherein pagkahimuon nato on October 26 diri sa SM expansion. And this is our third year nga diri nato gihimo sa SM. So we're very grateful to them. So the ANCOP Global Walk, the proceeds of this donation makatabang sa atong mga estudyante because as of this year we have 300 students na ginapa-eskwela sa ANCOP. And we needed funds for them na makapa-eskwela sila makapadayon, and not only that, makakuha na putag mga scholars here. Our scholars is not inclusive mga anak sa CFC, but different society there is sa Davao, no? In fact, naminaw ko ganyan sa NCIP na nasa na scholars, we have also scholars coming from IP. We have 30 scholars na mga IPs ni sila nga ato silang ginapa-eskwela. So, but these scholars, nagkagikan ni sila sa the poorest among the poor here in Davao City, no? So, from elementary, high school, college, and we have 4 seminarians na atong ginapa-eskwela, no? So, this is very important for us to invite the public to join our ANCOP Global Walk, not only para sa tuwang fitness, but also the donation of this amount, makapadayon sa pag-eskwela diri sa bata sa Davao City. Remember, we have 300, no? Mag-eskwela in different schools in Davao City. And mag-mention lang ko gamay, for this year, we have 14 students with different degree na nag-graduate sa Davao. And among these 14 or 15 na graduate, we have 5 graduates na Latin honors. Sabihin, from USET, from UM, may cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude. So, not only that we support them in their studies, but the most important here is the values formation na matabang nato sa mga bata and to their parents, no? So, dako ni siya nga trabaho, not only here in Davao City, because the AGW sa Timbuk Kalibutan, no? In this coming 26, dili lang sa Davao, Manila, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and to the different parts of the world. Because every country, adunay sila yung mga scholars na ginapa-eskwela.
Kay ma'am po, any additional po?
Yeah, so basically we're here to invite friends from Davao to support our AGW, the ANCOP Global Walk, happening this October 26 here at the SM grounds, and then we'll walk through Coastal Road. We encourage everyone to please help us support our scholars because I think it's really important that we help them through their education. And we have been doing this for so many years already, and we have so many scholars. To date, we have more than 13,000 scholars. We have helped 30,000 scholars already. And we really reach out and ask for the help of our fellow Davaoenos na tulungan natin ang ating mga kabataan sa edukasyon.
Ma'am, pila nga to ang expected po nga mag-participate po for this walk?
As of Saturday, yung nagpa-register sa atin is amount nasa 1,500. But we expect 2,000 to 3,000 participants, no? So not only, actually there are different companies, corporations na mag-join sila, no? Dili lang sila naghatag og donation, but naa sila yung mga workers na mag-join. So magsuot sila sa ilahang companies na t-shirt, they bring their tarpaulin to be able for them na makita nga nag-support sila sa AGW. Dili lang ni siya mo on the covered store price, no? There are a lot of, in fact, na yung mga from the military who will support us, no? Makita mo nila na, in fact, also the SM, makita nila that the purpose of this one is para sa continuous education sa itong mga bata, because there are a lot of mga bata karon na nangandoy nag-ampong unta mahatagan sila scholarship sa ANCOP, because as of today adunay 40 ka buok na nagpaabot nga matagaan sa sponsorship, no? Ibig sabihin, if you want to sponsor this particular child, you can. Para sa akong anak nga nag-sponsor siya usa ka bata, and then lipay kay siya kay nag-graduate na last August, no, sa USEP, then cum laude pag yun. So yun sa kuwadad, magpatuloy ko o sponsor na po additional na po students para makatapos silang pag-eskwela. So it's very humbling enough for us because dili nato ni kilala yung mga bata and yet ato silang ipaskwela. Why? Because katagan nato sila o paglaom that despite sa ilang kapait sa kinabuhi, pwede din sila makaeskwela. And then if they mag-graduate sila, matabangan nila ilang family, matabangan ang society, and as a whole, matabangan ang country. So, gwapo kayo siya, no? So, that's why we encourage and I request everyone to support this endeavor of the Angkop because kini siya nga endeavor para sa atong mga bata na nagkalisod sa kinabuhi. So, daghan siya sa tibuok, Davao City lang ni siya, no? Natay 300 karon na mga bata nga nag-eskwela na we support them. So, di nato pwede ingnan nga, wa naman tayo pundo. So, stop mag-eskwela. So, it's very difficult in our part. So, maningkamot na masuportahan sila by joining Angkop Global Walk. Then, if you want to sponsor each one of them, you can call or visit our center where you are willing, no? So, once again, we would like to invite everyone to support our Angkop Global Walk here. Mag-start me at 4 o'clock this coming Sunday here at SM Expansion. Then we will labas tayo, papunta ng Coastal Road, 5 kilometers. And then balik ta dito sa SM. And there will be street dancing contest. Then after this one, there will be sponsors from the government. Natay pagkaon, sponsored by the city government. Then after that one, at 8 o'clock, there will be Holy Mass inside dito sa SM Expansion. So the SM management, mag-join sila sa MUA. And we'd like to inform the public to help us and support and join our Angkop Global Walk every year on October 26, 2025 at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ayan, we'll now...
Hello, sir. Yung Global Walk, sir, no, it's a fundraising event. Oo. Unsa ang registration fee, ano, sir?
The registration fee is only 300.
Yes.
And that 300, you can makapaskwela ka ng estudyante. So, mutana na 300 lang makaskwela ka ng estudyante. So, that 300, if i-total na natin siya, makatabang na siya, that 300. Ang uban, they will not join, but mag-register na sila og 300 to support. Ang uban po, gusto sila mutabang because I have a friend na gusto niyang magpa-eskwela o seminaryan. No? So, on their own, pwede nila pa-eskwelahan. But this AGW, the registration of this one is only 300. Then, actually, pwede pagyapon mapa-register until now. Then, pwede, actually, you can, pwedeng mag-adto sa SEPSI Center or sa website ng SEPSI Angkop, pwede to diretso magpa-register ng 300.
Okay. Pila gani ang beneficiaries itabangin niyo, sir?
Here in Davao, we have 300 beneficiaries.
These are students, sir.
Students here in Davao City from elementary, high school, college, and seminarian. Yan ang atong the proceeds of this AGW para pagpadayon sa ilang pag-eskwela. So, nag-eskwela sa different schools here in Davao City. No? Nasa USEP, nasa UM, parang halos lahat nasa na nag-eskwela. And in fact, the IP, dito po nag-eskwela sa Marilog, di ba na-eskwelahan sa Arakan? Nagpa-eskwela po dito 30 po na IP na mga students.
Okay. Yeah. Kani sa mga students, sir, IPs, mga indigent students ba, no?
That IPs, no? Now, ang atong ginatabangan, yung mga naglisod yun, no? So, naaman na mag-profile sa ilaha, no? Tanaw ng ilang pamilya, unsa ilang kinabuhi. So, mag-profile and then ma-accept sila and then validation. After that one, makuha na sila. Then, but they have to maintain na ilang grades na 82. And then, maliban sa ilang grades, na atay values formation because we know, kani mga bataan, daghang baggages in their life, in their family, tuduan nato sila. So that, makapadayon yun sila pag-eskwela, no? In fact, natay scholar na nagsugod og elementary and nag-graduate last August.
Ang support niyo, sir, is scholarships or muhatag ba mo school supplies?
Including sa package siya na hinahatag nato sa ilang tuition na sila school supplies. Then napod sila napon sila health, napon sa ginatagan nato ana, and then the most important here na nasa values formation na mag-adto sa ilaha, na ay magtanaw sa ilahang grades kung na maintain nila, kung maglisod sila, assist sila na hanto dapat diligid sila maundang na mo koy ma-terminate. Why ang determination number 1 magud is dili nila ma-maintain ang ilang grades. Ang uban problem in the family, no? But kung tanawon nimo, mostly nagagraduate yun na itong mga estudyante, no? So in fact karon sa 14 nga nag-graduate, 5 ang Latin honors. So we'll be happy because dili lang sila nga nag-eskwela, nag-excel yun sila, no? So makita na ninyo, sir, this coming August at October 26 during sa mass, because we have scholars na among ipa-share sa ilang live. In fact, na-scholar nga nag-share last Friday na ilang paniot o panihapon, nagdikdik lang sila kasi. And yet, they're very grateful to the Lord nga naay angkop nga nag-eskwela sa ilang nga dili sila kilala. Because these scholars, wala sila kabulutin sila mga sponsors. Ano sila, so naghahatag sa nagsulat, and then gina-question. Na may mga different foreign countries na mag-ano po sila, magkuha po sila scholars. Like in Canada, because ang COP started in Canada eh. And then, example, the Canada government, ingon nila na gusto magkuha o scholar sa Davao, we need 5. So, katong na ay 5 na profile and validate na mo, among isubmit sa ilaha, then ma-approve sila, ang mag-sponsor ana is 5 from Canadian government. So, dili na siya local, there are many different countries who are supporting our ANCOP here in Davao City. Here, dili lang po na itong ANCOP scholars na sa Davao, but Southeastern Mindanao. Ibig sabihin, Davao City, Digos, sa Dagana siya, no? But among the Southeastern Mindanao, ang pinakadakag scholars is nasa Davao City. 300 kapin. So kung atong hunahon, asam tamang wag funding ano yung makapadayon sila pag-eskwela. But in our mind, because trabaho man sa Ginoo, no? So we will do our best and God will do the rest, no? Wala man niya ginapabayad even though na research himuon, but eskwela man padayon. Makapadayon. But here for this year, ang goal man gud nato is dili lang ma-maintain kani mga estudyante, mukuha tag additional na po na estudyante nga nagpaabot. So meaning, kinahanglan nato nga ang proceeds nato dako gid siya, no? Kung the more magpa-register, the more daghan tang makuha ng mga estudyante. So dili lang siya nga inclusive or exclusive from the community, but sa tibuok community, no? So para at least makita sa uban na adunay program ang community to help our less fortunate brothers and sisters in Davao City. So once again, I would like to invite everyone to join us. Dili lang tan na maglakaw-lakaw to enjoy, but also to help our ANCOP scholars. Kaya dili malani karon, continuous maging sila every year hangtod mag-graduate ni sila, no? In fact, mas gusto pag yun nato nga madungagan. But in the entire world, ang ato ang scholars sa tibuok kalibutan amounted to 25,000 sa tibuok kalibutan. So, in every country, every city, maningkamot kita nga madungagan atong scholars to help also atong gobyerno nga makapa-eskwela ta, because adunay mga paagi nga makatabang ta pa-eskwela sa mga bata. And this is ANCOP, acronym of Answering the Cry of the Poor. Pasabatan ng ANCOP. So, once again, ginaimbitahan na po ang publiko to join us this coming October 26. Daghan mag-attend anino. And then after that one, there will be magsalo-salo at pagkaon diya sa Gawas Expansion. And again, after at 8 o'clock in the morning, there will be Holy Mass na diri sa sulod sa SM.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, daghang salamat.
Alright, I think if my question. Okay. I think we don't have any questions. So at this juncture, ma'am, maybe reiterate lang natin yung ating activity po. Then, ano po yung saan pa po pwede mag-register yung ating mga Davaoenos po na gustong sumali?
Okay, so once again, we'd like to invite everyone to our ANCOP Global Walk this Sunday, October 26, here at the SM grounds. And then we will be walking at the Coastal Road and back here at SM for a mass and some activities. So the activity and the help doesn't end on October 26.
it's a year-long helping. So if merong gustong mag-register, if merong gustong tumulong, you can always get in touch with the Couples for Christ office here at Ecoland, and we will be happy to assist you. Again, let us all help our less fortunate brothers and sisters for their education. So thank you.
Sir, maybe reiterate na saan pwede mag-register po?
You can register in our Angkop website, and you can also register on the actual date on October 26, and you can register also at CFC office here at Ecoland, malapit na din siya. So, open to the public, even though on that particular day in the morning, pwede pa rin tayo mag-register. So, bring your friends, bring your families, bring your office mates to join and support our scholars here in Davao City. Daghang salamat.
Ayan, thank you so much po, ma'am. Thank you so much.